Hi, I'm Lillian and I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift. So when I found out there was a Taylor Swift themed readathon happening in March, I knew I had to take part, and I've lucked out because not only is the idea behind the readathon really cool, but the actual prompts themselves are as well. So this is going to be my March slash Tis the Jam readathon TBR. The Tis the Jam Readathon was created by like a bunch of different booktubers, bookstagrammers and bloggers, and I will link them all below with all of the information you could possibly need. But basically, they have created this bingo board, which is based on the house from the Lover music video, and each room represents a different one of Taylor Swift's albums. And then for each room, there are 3 possible prompts you can pick from. 2 of them are reading related, and then there's always one which is not reading related. So you can try and get a bingo by ticking off a prompt for each room, like across the floor or going up the side, or even going across the roof and doing the 3 at the top there. It's very, very flexible and open to interpretation, and that is what I love about any readathon. There is also a blank space option, which is a set of 3 more prompts, and you can do one of these to replace the prompt for a room if you don't particularly like any of them. So you could still get a bingo in the way you want to. I am going to try and be an overachiever and tick off every single room on this bingo board, including the blank space option. And the way I have worked it out is I'm going to try and read 6 books and then do 4 of the other not reading related prompts. Because there are so many different prompts in total, I'm not going to tell you about the ones I'm not planning on doing, but I will leave them all in the description for you. So in no particular order, the first prompt I want to do is for the Fearless room, and this one is to read a YA book. I'm going to be reading American Royals by Katharine McGee. I bought this as an ebook around the time I reread Red, White and Royal Blue at the beginning of this year, because I was really in the mood for some more like a modern royal romance, which I think this book is going to be. This book is set in a world where instead of George Washington becoming the first president of the US, he became the first king. And so there's a monarchy in the US as well, and this book is, I think, about the crown princess of the current generation. And I'm hoping it's just going to be like light and fluffy and not taking itself too seriously. For Speak Now, the prompt is to read a book in a trilogy or the 3rd book in the series. So for this one, I'm going to read The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This is the 1st book in a trilogy. I've always associated this book with like snowy, cozier vibes. So hopefully reading it in spring like won't take away from that too much. But actually knowing London, it's still going to be pretty cold here. This is a historical fantasy. I think about like demons and local spirits and local gods, and I've heard some really good things about it. For Red, the prompt is to read a book with a red on the cover. So for this, I'm going to be reading This Is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone and Amal El-Mohtar, which has not a lot, but like a bit of red on the cover, so it counts. This is also my Buzzwordathon read for March. The prompt for that is to read a book with the word time in the title. So I'm doubling up on this book to count for both readathons. And this is a pretty short science fiction book about 2 time-traveling spies on opposite sides of a war who I'm pretty sure fall in love. And it sounds quick and interesting and a little bit mysterious and intriguing, and I actually really think I'm going to enjoy it. So I'm already looking forward to reading that one. Next, for Lover, the prompt is to read the book you've owned the longest or that has been on your TBR the longest. So this one, I had several to pick from. I'm going to go with Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is another sci-fi book. I think in this one, our protagonist sort of accidentally travels to a parallel world, and he's kidnapped into a parallel world and he's trying to get back to his own home for his family. I've also heard it's like a little bit of a thriller, but this is one that's, it's sat on my TBR for like 5 or more years now, so it's definitely time for me to read it. And then the last reading prompt I'm going to try and complete is for Evermore. I'm actually combining both of the reading prompts for this one. They are read a thriller or mystery, and then let a book surprise you, like use a random number generator or close your eyes as you pick a book. So for this one, I have 3 possible things I'll be reading. I have 3 ebooks, which are My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing, which is about a couple who kill people together. I have Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, which is about a woman who experienced some sort of tragedy at a summer camp when she was a kid, and then she goes back there as an adult. And then I also have another Riley Sager book called Home Before Dark, which I think is his most recent one, and this is about a woman who briefly lived with her family in a supposedly haunted house. So what I'm going to be doing is when it gets to that point in the month, I'm going to use a random number generator to pick between these 3 books and then complete both prompts at once. Okay, actually I was wrong. That's not the last reading prompt I'm doing. The last one I'm doing is the blank space option. And for this one you have to read a book about a cat or with a cat on the cover. So for this one I'm going to be reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, and this has a little tiny cat on the cover. I've ordered this book. This is the one book I'm buying new for this readathon instead of reading my backlist. And this is about a tiny coffee shop in Tokyo which allows you to time travel into the past, I think, but you only have a very short amount of time to do it. You only have until your coffee gets cold. And this is another very short book, which I'm hoping will be like quite sweet and enchanting and that I'll really enjoy. And then the 4 non-reading prompts I want to do, the Taylor Swift, her first album, the prompt for that one is to post about your book on Instagram. That should be super easy. Go and follow me on Instagram. The prompt for Reputation is to match your book and outfit. I haven't decided yet which of those books I want to match my outfit to, but I think that sounds like quite a fun prompt. For 1989, you have to make a cocktail/mocktail, which again sounds super fun. And finally for Folklore, the prompt is to take a cozy photo or wear a cozy outfit. So yeah, I'm going to try and complete all 10 of those challenges. I don't normally set myself monthly TBRs because I'm not very good at sticking to them. But I have quite a lot of determination in this case to make it work. And I've been feeling really good about reading recently. I haven't read that many good books, to be honest, but at least I've been reading. And yeah, I'm really in the mood for a bit of a challenge. This does mean that for the entirety of spring, I am going to be doing one readathon after another, literally. In March, it's the Tis the Damn Readathon. In April, I want to take part in the Disability Readathon. And then May is, I think, the Asian Readathon again. So I want to do a TBR video and then a reading vlog for each of these, which means I'm pretty fully booked for 3 months in a row. And then all the while, I'm going to be doing my Buzzwordathon vlogs. There's just quite a lot happening. I'm hoping I can stick with it as much as I want to, and if you're participating in the Tis the Damn Readathon as well, I really want to know. We can bond about how much we love Taylor Swift together. I can give you my controversial opinions on how I don't actually like Evermore or Folklore as albums that much, I'm sorry. But yeah, let me know and I will see you in my next video. Bye!